My name is Nickel, Nickel, and before we start, I just wanted to let you guys know that missed it. Earlier today, I made a video about the new Overwatch Anniversary Edition loot boxes. Yes, they were actually leaked, and I made a video about it, so a link will be down below. But for now, let's jump into this video. And if you guys remember a few days ago, we talked about a situation where someone found an exploit that took advantage of a new change to Genji regarding when he climbs walls. And they were able to use that to make it so that he would get more swings on his ult. During that same update, it was made universal for everyone that you would get 7 swings with Genji instead of sometimes getting 6 swings and sometimes getting 7 swings, depending on your latency. Because the way it worked before was the worse latency that you had, the higher chance you had of getting more swings. So the 7 swings was standardized, and the way that exploit worked, just as an overview, you can watch the video if you want to see the details, is basically you would cancel the animation by wall climbing. So if you were in a place that was very confined, you could /dash wall climb over and over and over again to keep canceling the animation until ultimately you were able to get 10 swings out of it. But now there's something that's been recorded that actually gives you more than 10 swings. It's an unlimited number of swings, and this was recorded by somebody named Fine's Bakery. So we'll start by looking at this in slow motion before we show you at the regular speed. The Genji here starts by deflecting, and the very first thing that's shown on screen is when Roadhog throws out his hook. This section is titled "In a Stun State, Frame 1," and it shows a time code. So as the Genji is being pulled, the Roadhog has to die. So before you even start this off, you would have to make sure the Roadhog is already at pretty low health. Genji has the ultimate, and in order for the situation to work out, the Roadhog would have to die for some reason. Most of the time, it's probably going to be because the Genji would have a teammate that would kill him during this hooking process. So since the Roadhog is dead, and there's no longer any hook, if you swift strike and use the ult simultaneously, that will create this Dragonblade bug. Where you can see here, it looks like he hasn't used his ult yet, but yet he's able to swing as many times as he wants. In this case, he was in the middle of a skirmish, so he only had less than 30 seconds to use it, but that entire time, he just can use his ult unlimitedly. The text that he writes at the end says, "You literally have 1 frame to swift strike plus ult after the Roadhog dies. Soldier 76 might be another hero that could do this using sprint plus ult in theory." The chances of you pulling this off in a real game seem so incredibly small, so improbable that most people would probably say impossible, because you would probably have to have this coordinated with other people. But it is crazy that technically it's possible, even though it's very, very, very unlikely, especially considering how many things have to go right. Like even the fact that you have 1 frame to swift strike an ult after the Roadhog dies. Because if the Roadhog was really at that low of life to begin with, unless he thought he could get a kill on you and you had no teammates around, he probably wouldn't hook you to begin with. The description of this reads, "Some things to point out. You are not able to use swift strike and ult at the same time," which might have been the reason. And when you watch the video at full speed, you can tell that this probably took a lot of attempts to pull off, even with this controlled situation. So here it is in real time along with his reaction.
Simon, how much?
51.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
He's got 21 right now.
Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Yeah, you only get 25 seconds to enjoy it.
No, I got the frame data. It's fine. It's fine. I did have to spam it. I think that was the case.
Wait. We did it for a second time from a different view, so it's slightly better. I hope you're happy.
I am happy. We can put this on Reddit.
One thing worth noting is that once he does have this unlimited Dragonblade, you can see that he's still able to swift strike. So it's kind of interesting that in the very incredibly small chance that you were able to pull this off, that the bug appears to be entirely positive for the Genji player. It doesn't look like there's anything that hinders your mobility or anything like that at all. You just have access to your Dragonblade for the entire duration of the match after you do it. This is something that's definitely going to get patched out. A Blizzard employee even responded to this saying, "Thanks for the extra effort in digging into this bug. We'll make sure to get it fixed. Cheers." So how did Fine's Bakery know to even attempt this to begin with? Well, it appears that this happened by complete freak accident on a Twitch stream by Major Awesome 1. And this is what happened here.
Wait, what happened to my ult? No, I've got Dragonblade forever, what is going on? No way. What is going on? I've got Dragonblade forever.
Get the left side.
So as you can see, the chances of this actually being pulled off are very small. It's either you coordinate it with the other team and you try to do it a million times, and even with a coordinated effort in a controlled environment, it's still incredibly hard to pull off, or it just happens in an absolute freak accident like the one you just saw here, which you can't really plan for anyway. But either way, I think it's something that's extremely hard to abuse, even if Blizzard decided not to remove it, because the chances of you being able to cooperate with the enemy team in an actual game or getting this complete freak accident scenario are so small that if they were bigger, we'd probably have more than just this one recording. And if you're one of the people that wants to try and pull this off by colluding with the enemy team to see if you can make it happen in a real game, I would highly suggest that you do not do that, because as we've seen in the past, Blizzard can ban your account easily for even attempting to do something like that. So just don't risk it. It is pretty crazy though how many little quirks like this have come up with Genji over time, especially with so many of them focused around his ult. The links to both of the featured videos will be down below in the description. And if you didn't watch the video that came out earlier today about the new Overwatch anniversary event loot boxes, a link to that will be down below as well. One last thing before I go, if any of you guys want to submit stories for me to talk about in future videos, all you have to do is go to the Underwatch link down below in the description, and once you're there, you can see how to submit news. There's also a place where if you want to have your gameplay featured here on the channel, you can do that there as well. And that's all for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to turn on notifications.